Welcome, everybody.
Yep, they can hear you.
Welcome, everybody. And let me speak. First of all, I need to say that through Johanna, the most amazing night happened last night. And why do I say through her? I've never known anybody who can organize so gently and so brilliantly a situation of last night, which is the best party I've ever been to. We celebrated Woodstock, and we celebrated this painting. And since so much happened yesterday, and there were so many people, and so many wonderful things happening, I won't paint today. Instead, I will do what I need to do, which is to explain this painting. Should we put it on the easel? But I think I could speak better this way.
This is fine, yeah.
Okay.
Unless you want it on the easel.
First of all, hallelujah, the painting is done.
Woo!
And I love it. There are things I'm still going to fix a little bit, but let me show you the relief of the physical pain that has disappeared. Is a joy, because think of it a minute. In order to do this, I had to do this and do this and do this, moving this huge monster around. And so when I went to sleep last night, I thought, it's finished. What I'm going to do from now on is draw people with pencil, so that I don't have to wash brushes and squeeze old tubes of paint. And the physical parts from now on will be something where I don't have to go like this. And yet I will miss the painting. So let's begin to talk about it, okay? The main reason, the only reason for this painting is that we think so little of who we are. When history books are going to be written, they will speak of slavery, the Holocaust, all cruel things that we humans have done to each other. And what Eric said, when people asked him to speak about the concentration camps he was in, he would always say, I don't want to talk about them. I lived them once and that's enough. But I had a wonderful childhood in Germany. That is also a fact. And he said, Hetty, let's do a painting where we have people begin to look at the good in themselves and in others, and the truths. Know the story of everybody you put in here, because otherwise people will say, there aren't that many people who are kind. You must have invented them. So everybody has a name and a story. And thanks to Johanna, who is awesome, we're going to have prints made. And first I'm going to get one sheet of the painting. And I will identify each person. How to identify them is something I would like all of you to decide. Perhaps each person can say, only give me a first name. The world is very peculiar. I really don't want to be hounded by anyone. So maybe don't give me a last name. Whatever it is, it's going to be your choice. All I have to do is to wait, because the painting is finished and it's dry. And thanks to Johanna, there will be the prints made. Now, when I began to paint, and Eric and I decided we're going to make copies, at that time, we had a business. It was called Follow Your Art. We had employees. We had people who came to work in the morning and left in the evening. And we did so much work for other galleries and other things and people. In this, I'm alone. Eric passed away. We have no business anymore. We have nobody employed. Just my wonderful Dory, and she does the computer work for me. Kenny, could you point on her right here? But Dory is not only employed, she's become a family friend and family. Wait, it's getting caught. Got you. I would like to do what I need to do. I need to tell you about the difference in this painting from any other painting that anybody has ever done. What Eric said, let's do a painting showing people who give kindness, because the world would not exist that we know of if they did not. And so let's begin this way.
But just to go back for a minute, you were saying that there used to be a whole business to help with the prints, and now there's not that business, and you were connecting it to the prints now. How Johanna has actually made it possible.
Yes. When Johanna asked me about prints, I said, Johanna, the people who once worked for us, the Hansons, put their work in storage, their machine into storage, and they are now not living here anymore. So we need strangers, and I don't know any. And Johanna, who knows everything and everybody, said, let me take care of it. And Kenny said, if Johanna does that, then let every penny that is made from the prints go to Artists in Partnership, which she runs.
You decided.
And that is a wonderful thing, because Johanna immediately got to work. And every print that is going to be ordered the money will go straight to Artists in Partnership. And as for me, I can continue living without having to work so hard. Because painting is one thing, but paperwork is living hell. Okay.
May I say one thing about the prints?
Say that again.
Can I say one thing about the
Yes.
prints? All of you will get to hear about it, and the prints are going to be on sale, and Hetty's going to sign prints, and there's going to be a special private event which all of you will get to know about, and you can come to, and you can purchase prints. And again, all of the, Hetty decided this, that every penny of the sales would go to Artists in Partnership, which is just the most amazing organization. And we're just so excited about this. So we're very grateful to Johanna. But all of you will be hearing about this. So hopefully many of you can get your own prints of yourself and the people you love.
Okay. The next question has always been, what will you do with the painting? At the beginning, thinking of what Eric said, he would like it to be a replacement throughout the world of who we are. Because nobody realizes that each of us is a unique human being, that each of us gives to the world but also takes from it. And the disrespect that we give each other is misplaced. And we're going to make this painting be the answer. We are worthy. And the person who's going to do the translating is Johanna. Johanna in Artists in Partnership.
Yes.
And now let me go further. Yes. When I began, I always did a lot of volunteer work. And it was with children who were different in certain ways from how people saw themselves, usually in the body. And I began to work with the Russo family. And when we decided to do a book on it, Eric said, go to Harvey. And Harvey allowed me. And shall I show the book?
Sure.
I'll show it. You know, I didn't lay the things out correctly.
Well, you weren't planning on showing that, so that's okay. We can do it next time.
The what?
We can do it next time.
We'll do it next time. Let me show what happened at the party. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Harvey Wiesenberg and his wife Ellen allowed me to get into every organization and draw the children and draw people. And in a sense, I consider them the first family of Long Beach. And Vicki Laufer is Ricky's sister, Harvey's and Ellen's daughter. And I wanted to paint her in there, but because of difficulties, she couldn't pose. So she's going to come to me and I'm going to draw her, because Kenny made a rule. He said, Mom, if you add more people now, you ruin the painting. But I keep meeting kind people, and so I began to draw them. And someday there'll be an exhibit of them as well. And one of them is going to be Vicki Laufer. Okay? And here the first family of Long Beach, which are the Wiesenberger family. Ricky passed away, but passed away with a legacy behind him of such grace and beauty. And I was allowed to meet him, and through the book that Harvey published, all of you can meet him. Okay. Now, you've seen Johanna.
I just showed her, yes.
Yes. Now you're going to see Kenny, you're going to have to get up again.
Sure.
You're going to have to see Dory, who walked into this in such a magnificent way. She put everything on Facebook. And through Facebook, which goes all over the world, I met Kent from Sweden, Lars from Sweden, and now I'm going to show you. They came to this wonderful party and they brought me a book. Thank you. First of all, they brought me this very, the painting is dry, I can put things on it. They brought me this wonderful bag, which I carried already on my bike and my four-wheeler, and put everything into it, and I love it. And I love it. And then they brought me a real treasure. A little Swedish girl here is Lars, his daughter, did this, and Kent is carrying a horse that they gave me, which they called Hetty. And this is the book she wrote about a hedgehog. And I love it so much because unlike Disney, unlike cartoons, this is how a child sees when a child loves a pet. And I love it. And I'm going to tell you more about her as I get to know her. I wrote a letter last night and thanked her and said, because I could not understand the writing, what if she and I begin on one page and word by word talk about each word, and in this way she will learn English and I will learn Swedish. But I treasure it. Then another wonderful person who began by being a friend of my granddaughter, Jessie, and now is a family friend.
Rosa Maria Kohler. Rosa Maria.
Rosa Maria Kohler. And she gave me this wonderful necklace. I'm not done yet. But there I do not know how to go about it, because this is a delightful book called Doodles, Volume 1, and I love it so much. Listen to this. Hetty, thanks for spreading joy and your artistic treasures. Eileen Fox, the Doodle Lady. I read every page and loved it so much, but I don't know what to do. I would love to share it, but maybe I would be sued then.
No, you won't.
This has been...
You won't be sued.
All rights reserved. But I can tell you how I love it. So I want to read the first page. For as long as I can remember, I've been a doodler. My school notebooks and notepads for meetings at work are riddled with doodles. When taking notes, I always looked for the perfect pen that would feel right on the paper when doodling, as the act and feel of the process was just as important as the doodle itself. I need you to buy this book because of copyrights. I can't read it to you, but it is so wonderful. There is no perfect, there is only doing. When everything is urgent, nothing is urgent. The writings are wonderful, but so the doodles. Be kind, be compassionate, spread love. You can feel scared, courteous, funny, creative, helpless, confident, all at the same time. I have to stop because I would like you to buy the book and own it, because artists do need to eat, and she's a definite artist. It's Alan Fox and Eileen Fox. Alan Fox was a master of inspirational doodles, a singer, songwriter, animator, guitar, and one amazing creative soul. I want you to buy the book. Otherwise, I would read every single page. I've read it a few times already. Now, let me talk to you about the painting. People kept asking me, what will you do with the painting? And who will buy it? And where will it be shown? And Eric wanted it to replace the history books. And suddenly, in this period of time, there is YouTube and the internet, and I can give this painting free of charge to the world. And from now on, every session on Monday night, I will pick some of the people and tell you the story of their kindness. Not who they are, because only why I put them in the part which I met. And your job is to let me know if when I speak about every one of you, do I use a first name? Do I use both names? Or do I just say why I love you? Okay. Any questions?
You know, I'm not getting any comments at all today.
I can't hear you.
Oh, sometimes the comments don't show. So there's not a single comment. Ah, we got a comment. Laura. Okay, yes. Yeah, now the comments
Read
are
them
coming.
out loud.
I will. But let me say that since I said
Can they print?
Since I said... What was that? Oh, since I said this last, Tammy is watching.
Penny, could you come closer?
Oh, of course. Tammy Smith is watching. Julie Williams is watching. Carol Hodkin is watching. Amy Lauren is watching. Laura Silver is watching. Marsha Goldstein Graber is watching. Laura says, congratulations, Hetty. And Marsha, who was there, said, loved celebrating your birthday and the unveiling of your beautiful piece of art. I love you, Hetty. Dory explained that it's YouTube, not Facebook, but YouTube. YouTube, right.
No, I do Facebook on Monday night.
That's right.
But she does YouTube.
Right. And Amy Lauren says, as a blessed and super lucky owner of 3 of your masterpieces, and not an amateur to viewing your talent, I am still nonetheless blown away, just so blown away every Monday night, looking at the vastness of detail and subject matter so beautifully captured in that masterpiece in front of you, Hetty. It's just remarkable, like its artist.
Thank you.
And Laura says, cheers to Hetty, Ken, and the whole mishpacha, which means family.
Thank you.
Yola Pitakas is watching.
Yola is here.
And
here is her husband, who's the most incredible gardener. And here are the grandchildren.
And let me ask you, what do you think you're going to be drawing next? And will we get to see you drawing these days, ever during the show?
First of all, I wrote about a tree that was on a cliff, and part of it had broken down underneath the cliff, and the roots were hanging loose. And people have asked me, in which painting is that? But I never painted it. And I'm going to take the canvas, and I'm going to paint that tree standing on a little cliff which has broken, and the roots are hanging down. And I was counseling in the prison at that time, and I was counseling a young man who had gone through so much hell in his life. And I said to him, think of that tree as a symbol of your life, because your roots are still here. Use them. And that's the painting I'm going to begin, and it just occurred to me right now.
And we're going to get to watch you?
You get to watch me. Okay. And that'll be next week.
Amazing, amazing.
But I also want to draw. And Vicky Laufer, who is not here, but belongs here, I'm going to be drawing her. And I don't know if I want people to watch me when I draw a person, because I go into a different space. I think of them. When I'll be drawing Vicky, I'll go into a space of knowing who she is. And I learned that when the first person I was able to draw, as long as I wanted to, which was Eddie. He gave me time to draw him day after day after day. And that's what I want to do with Vicky. I want to say I love you all. Bye-bye.
Oh, and let me say, Julie says, Yola sends hugs. Julie says it seems especially touching that Eric was the inspiration for capturing and documenting kindness in your final large-scale painting. We eagerly await your next drawing phase. Laura Silver says, tree you next week.
Yes.
And Beth Ruland is here too.
Bye. I love you all. You know, when I say I love you, it's not without meaning. I do. I do so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. And last comment, Eddie Weedman says, Hetty, are those Woodstock hippie beads you have on? Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
From Rosa Maria Goller.
Bye-bye.